All right, hello and welcome to our FitEssentials Basics class. My name is Shauna. I'll be taking you through class today. We're going to start with our disclaimer, and then you can either start standing or in your chair. So you're about to engage in intense physical activity. Proceed with caution. Do not attempt to perform any movements or activity that exceeds your current physical capabilities. Participants with injuries, high blood pressure, chronic health conditions, recent chest pain, or that have any other conditions that may limit their ability to participate should consult their physician or healthcare provider before proceeding. All right, here we go. So either up on your feet or in the chair, we're going to start with some breathing. All right, if you're on the chair, try to come to the edge of the chair. Place your feet nice and strong. We're going to go hands in front of the chest. Pull the chin in, so you want to lengthen through your spine as well as you can. We're going to breathe in and just kind of reach straight out, relatively up to overhead, whatever feels comfortable for you. And then as you exhale, drop the arms down to the side. Good job. Palms together in front of the chest. We're going to do that twice more. So breathe in, reach out or up, and exhale, open through the chest. Fantastic. Once more, pull that chin in as well. Lengthen the back of the neck. Breathe in, stretch, and exhale. Bring it all the way down in front. Very good. If you can't quite come to your feet, just do the best you can. Mimic it from your chair. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and come on up to our feet. We're going to place our feet just about hip width apart. And the arms be nice and heavy, kind of balance, get yourself grounded into your feet. And then with the arms heavy, we're going to gently swing through the hips. Let the arms come side to side. And this is going to be waking up the fluid that runs through our spine. Just gradually start to get some good blood flow going. Breathe throughout. Fantastic. Couple more here. Very good. Go ahead and walk your feet in just a little bit. Take one hand up on the hip. We're going to turn our body to the side. Place that front foot nice and solid and step your back foot back. You can have the foot either up on the ball of the toe or sit back into the heel. This arm in front here on the side, we're going to make some nice sweeping circles, stretching up, palm faces away, and then as you swing back, now we're going to go palm faces towards us. So palm faces towards us. As I come up to overhead, turn the palm away from the body and circle through. Good job. Let's go about 3 more. Reach. So we're kind of opening through the shoulder. You'll also feel a nice opening through the hip as you roll through these. A couple more times. Up and reach. Around and relax. Very good. Once more. Reaching forward and circle around. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and just shimmy around. And same thing other side. Place that front heel, hand on the hip for support. And we're going to make about 5 circles here, sweeping through, palm away, palm faces towards us, and so on. Good job. Nice, smooth breathing. Fantastic. Couple more. Fantastic. And last time, engaging that back glute and circling all the way through. Fantastic. Go ahead and walk the feet in and just kind of shake out those arms. Whew. From here, we're going to start to go into a side step with an arm swing. So you're going to alternate which arm swings on top and just simply stepping side to side here. As you swing those arms open, palms face away from your body and squeeze those shoulder blades together. So we're focused on keeping tall. So shoulders stacked right over the hips and opening through the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. In and open, close and open. Fantastic. Couple more here. Very nice. Shake that out. Next, you're going to want to balance, either get a chair that you can kind of hold on to or stand next to a countertop, even the side of a wall. So we're going to lift up through the core, balancing here best you can. Pick a side to start on. You're going to reach that arm relatively up in the air, pull up through your core, and you're going to bring the elbow towards that same side knee. Stretch long, reach, and then elbow towards that same side knee. Good job. Now we're gonna really watch here that this hip doesn't kick out on the side that's of support. And it's normal, you're gonna kind of feel this glute start to burn a little bit. Good job, couple more here. Reach, up and in, reach, and one more, up and in, elbow towards the knee. Fantastic. Before we switch sides, let's go ahead and place both hands on the hips, and we're gonna wake up those hips a little bit more, circle, excuse me, circle them around. And reverse directions when you're ready. Same thing other way. There you go. Very nice. And then make your way towards the opposite side. So make your balance as you need. Lift up through that midline, reach one arm up. And then whenever you're ready, bringing that knee up. It's okay if you can't quite touch that knee to your elbow. Just bring it as close as you can. Working on that stability through the midline. Up and closed. Stretch long. So even as I extend my leg, I fire that glute. I reach the leg back behind me a little bit and then pulling it together. Squeeze long, pull it in. Let's get about one more. Stretch long and pull it in. Very nice. Hands back on the hips. We're just going to kind of dip side to side, stretching out the side of the hips here. There we go. Welcome, Shirley. All right, next we're gonna move into a little bit more blood flow. We're gonna move into a march. So stack those shoulders over the hips, find one arm, lift the opposite knee, and then nice and smooth. Lifting. A little bit of a pause with this. So again, we're not focused on speed just yet, but instead focusing on keeping the hips square, lifting up the opposite arm and the opposite knee. As you lift the knee, think about lifting the foot and the toes also. There you go. Couple more each side. 2, 1, and relax. We're going to bring the arms straight out in front of the body, and now we're going to go into what we call a seal jack. Step out, arms go out, step in, hands come in, step out, step in, step out, step in. Good job. That's our rhythm. Shoulders back and down as you open through that chest. Step out and close, open and close. Fantastic. Bring about 20 more seconds here. Very nice. 10 seconds left. 2, 1, and relax. Good job. Shake out those shoulders. We're going to go forward shoulders and then up and back. So I'm just kind of rolling back, trying to open the chest, shrug them up towards the ears, and then bringing them back and down the spine. Very good. All right, we're going to go one more cycle through that similar circuit, starting with that same side knee to elbow. So if you're just joining us, recommend balancing on a counter or a table. Lift up through your core, balance here, reach one arm up, reach that leg back. So from the side, just kind of looks like this. I'm just reaching it back just a little bit, and then in and close. Stretch long, hold everything square, elbow towards that same side knee. Reach and close it in. Very good. Stretch and in. Beautiful. Working on that balance out of that support leg. And you can see I'm not quite perfect to my knee, but I just try to get it to the thigh or as close as you can. Maybe one more here. Reach and close and relax. Beautiful. In between sides, rock those hips side to side. Very good. All right, and then same thing on the other side. Again, lift up, balance. We don't want that hip kicking out. Stretch, reach the foot back, up and in. Breathing smooth. Very good. About another 15 seconds here. Remember to watch that support leg. Keep lifting through the midline, lifting through that core. And 2, 1, and relax. Fantastic. Go ahead and sidestep here. As long as you're not going to swing and hit anything, you can open up those hands as I keep slapping my chair. Very good. And then if you want to go into an overhead jack, let me just move this guy out of the way. So stepping to the side here, we're going to go about another minute of blood flow and then a little bit of stretching before our first circuit. Very good. Our step jacks here. And then we're going to move into our march. This time we're going to add a punch across the body. So standing nice and tall, you're going to lift one knee. The opposite arm is going to punch across the body. So straight on looks like this. Knee up and reach. Up and reach. There you go. Still always lifting up. Stabilize everything. Good job. About another 15 seconds here. And 2, 1, and relax. Very good. If you have a water bottle nearby, let's go ahead and grab a drink. Keep yourself hydrated. All right. So we're going to be working on some balance work. Before we get started, we're going to stretch out those hamstrings and those quads just a little bit. If you do have one of these bands, we'll use it in the first circuit. But no worries if you don't, you can just pretend you do and you're still going to get some benefit from it. So if you do have it nearby, go ahead and grab it. Now we're going to start by stretching out those hip flexors just a little bit, the quads specifically. So as able, we're going to try to grab that foot. So a good time to balance onto something. See if you can grab a hold of that foot and you're going to pull your heel towards the glute. I'm going to do this about 20 seconds. If you're like, hey, I can't grab that foot, that's okay. Just step that foot back and then arch forward just a little bit, opening up the front of the hip flexor. Otherwise, let's go another 10 seconds here. There's oftentimes more than one way to stretch an area. Just got to find what works best for you. And let's go ahead and relax. And same thing, other side. Lifting up, hold everything strong. Grab that foot as able, driving it back. And whenever we're doing stretches here, we just want to gradually encourage our body. You shouldn't stretch so intensely that it makes you want to grimace or anything like that. So just be patient with it. Breathing and holding. 2, 1, and relax. Very good. Just gonna turn that mute back on. All right, very good. From here, we're going to wake up those hamstrings just a little bit. So we're going to go one leg at a time. Place the heel down, toe up, cross the arms over the chest. Slight bend of the knees, and now we're going to bow forward, sending the hips back. You should feel a little bit of stretch in that hamstring on that outstretched leg. That's a tongue twister there. Bowing forward, and squeeze the glutes as you stand. Long spine, hinging over, and straight up. Let's get about one more here. Hinging over and stand. Beautiful. Same thing, other side. You can either keep those arms here. If you want to open the chest a little bit more, you can go hands behind the head. Heel down, toe up, long spine. Bow forward and up. Fire the glutes at your backside as you stand straight up. Hinge and up. Let's get about 2 to 3 more. Over, up. Fantastic. All right, beautiful. So we're going to be doing 3 cycles with some balance work. Anyone that's on the call that knows how to lunge, if you prefer to do a lunge instead of the tandem stance, feel free, but I'm going to be demoing the tandem stance. And we'll just kind of use this first round as a guide as we move through. So the tandem stance, you're going to place your left foot forward, place your right foot right behind the left, like you're trying to stand on a tightrope. From here, stack your shoulders over your hips and either hang on to something or see if you can bring your arms out to the side. And so whenever you're ready, 2, 1, we're going to hold this for upwards of 30 seconds. Good job. So just again, my feet are stacked right in front of the other. You're going to feel wobbly throughout, so just be patient with yourself, looking straight ahead and always pulling up. Halfway through. If you need to step out of it, just step right back in when you're ready. Good job. 10 seconds here. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. Walk those feet out to the side. We're going to be doing some good mornings next. So just kind of follow me here. Place the feet about hip width apart. Hands can go behind the head or join me here, like the I Dream of Jeannie arms over the shoulders. Long in the spine, just a little bend in those knees. And now here we go. We're going to bow forward, sending the hips back, looking down towards the floor, and then squeeze those glutes and stand. So you're simply bowing forward until you get a little bit of a stretch in the back of the thighs, or until you get about 90 degrees with your torso. So if you're fairly long with your flexibility for the back of the legs, just don't go beyond, about 90 degrees. So again, bowing forward, chin in, fire those glutes. Last one, over and up. Fantastic, everybody. We're going to be going back to that tandem stance, this time with your right foot forward. So right foot steps forward, place that left foot right behind. Again, it's like you're on that tightrope. Pull those shoulders up, looking straight ahead, and here we go. Arms out to the side. Balance and breathe. And it's totally normal. You can see I have this little wobble here, back and forth, right? It's one of those exercises that feels like it should be simple, but then it can kind of catch you off guard, a little bit more challenging than you may anticipate. Good job. 10 more seconds. Working that balance. Be patient. 5 more seconds. And 2, 1, and relaxed. Very good. This is the point. If you have that band, go ahead and grab it. This is our last exercise of this first circuit. We're going to be doing some band pull-aparts. If you don't have the band, just mimic it like you do. So long arms are going to reach straight out in front of the body. And then now you're going to pull the arms. It's like you're trying to pull the band apart, reach forward, and squeeze it open. Okay, no worries if you don't have that band. I'm just going to try to push the air behind me. So I reach in and then push back. Very good. 15 more seconds. Reach and push back. Reach and back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Open through your chest. Reach and back. 2, 1, and rest. Very good. So that's our set 1. We're going to do that twice more, but we're going to take a little bit longer rest. Nothing much, just like another 30 seconds. So great time. Go ahead and grab a drink. And then we're going to be back to that tandem stance with the left foot forward. And if you felt fairly secure there, if you'd like to hold a weight to give a little extra challenge, you can hold it up at your chest, or you can even hold 2 weights down at your side. So completely up to you. We're going to start in 10 seconds. Again, left foot forward, right foot directly behind. Stand tall now. Here we go. 2, 1. Looking straight ahead. Breathe. Ribs down, chin in. How tall can you stand as you practice this balance? Good job. We have 10 seconds left. Very good. 2, 1, and relax. Walk those feet out. We're going back to our good mornings next. So again, you can do them unweighted, or you can bring a weight up here on your chest and just hold a nice light weight on the chest or cross the arms over. Feet about hip width apart, slight bend in those knees, and then whenever you're ready, we're bowing forward, sending those hips back, look down towards the floor, squeeze the glutes and stand. Good job. Long spine, bowing forward and standing tall. Fantastic. Being patient here, coming down with control. And you want to engage that core. So your core stays strong. That's what's bracing your spine. Just like you're picking up grocery bags, a laundry basket. You want to hinge over and then stand tall. Let's go one more here. Bow forward, over, 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 and straight up. Fantastic. Tandem stance coming up next with that right foot stacked forward this time. So we're gonna place it like we're on that tightrope, one foot in front of the other, shoulders back, palms forward, and here we go. Pull that chin in. Breathe. And anyone that doesn't feel challenged here, close your eyes, and then you'll be like, whoa, where am I? Wobbling all over the place. Great time to smile. Be gracious with yourself. 2, 1, and relaxed. Fantastic. Placing those down, we're going back to our pull aparts, either with or without the band. This will be our last exercise of our second set. Then we're just going one more time through. So straight out in front of the body. And here we go. Open and close. Open and close. They call them pull aparts for a reason. Like pulling taffy. Reach and close. I've never actually seen taffy pull, but my husband and his mom always talk about his grandmother and how much she liked to pull taffy. Reach and stretch. Just get one more. Reach and stretch. Beautiful. Shake it out, everybody. We're gonna take 30 seconds this time. We'll be back to that tandem stance on the left. Last round. Good time to grab a quick sip. We do these exercises together because they're not the most exciting things to do on your own. Sometimes it helps when you have someone guiding you through. Left foot forward, right foot stacks right behind. Stack those shoulders. 2, 1, here we go. So no weights or weights. This time I'm holding the weight right up at my chest. But if your balance feels a little bit unsteady, don't worry about the weights. Just focus on that positioning. This is practice for real life, right? So you're practicing that adjustment of the weight side to side. Breathing. Watching that the chest doesn't dive forward, so keeping it back. 2, 1, and relax. Very good. Getting ready for the good morning with or without weight. We're going to step the feet out about hip width apart. Either cross the arms over the chest, or you can hold a little bit of a weight here. Bend into those knees, heels planted, and now push your hips back. Bow your chest forward. Squeeze those glutes, standing straight up. Fantastic. Long spine, sending them back. Bring your gaze down towards the floor as you bow forward. Hinging over. And stand tall. Squeeze and lengthen. Over and up. Fantastic. Maybe one more. Bow forward and straight up. Fantastic. Good job. 15 seconds, and then we'll be doing our last tandem stance, this time with that right foot forward. So start to get set. Right foot places. Left foot comes straight behind and pull yourself tall. Here we go. 30 seconds. Find a spot straight ahead to focus on. Good job. That's 15 seconds in, halfway through. These balance exercises, it's so easy. You could be critical of yourself, feeling like you're not doing it right or that you're bad at it, but it's all about practice here. And 3, 2, 1, and relaxed. Fantastic. All that's left are those pull aparts or the flies on this set. So with the band or without. Reaching straight out in front, and 2, 1, here we go. Open and close. Shoulder blades back and down. Breathe. Good job. Remember, without the band, no worries, just push that air away. Reach forward and push it away. Reach and squeeze. Let's get 2 more here. Open, close, and open. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and shake it out. Doop, doop, doop. All right, we're going to come into the seat. We're going to open up that mid-back just a little bit, and then we're going to be moving into some core work for our planks. I'm going to do them from an elevated position. If you're someone here that's like, hey, I know how to do my planks from the floor and I feel confident with that, you're always welcome to progress it. Otherwise, sitting tall, hand behind one head. You're going to bring your elbow towards the opposite thigh. So we're closing down, and then we're going to sit nice and tall out of the spine and rotate, peer over that opposite shoulder. Let's get about 5 times here. We call these our thoracic rotations. Thoracic is your mid-back. You can even say like rib cage rotations here. So close down, lengthen, lift, and peer over. Good job. Couple more. Close, lift, and rotate. Last time. Down, up. Fantastic. Same thing other side. Here we go. Hand behind the head. Elbow towards that opposite thigh. Lengthen, peer over that shoulder. We're going to go 5 times here. For the breathing on these, I try to exhale as I turn away from the body. Try to get all the air out of the lungs. So you can get just maybe a little bit more rotation, peering over that shoulder with your gaze. Close it down, lift and glance. Maybe 1 or 2 more. Down and up. Very nice. Go ahead and shake it out. And then we're just gonna do a little bit of movement for the neck. So sitting tall, bring your chin down towards your chest. So look towards the floor. You'll feel that in the back of the neck oftentimes. And then just sit tall and glance up towards the ceiling, nice and light. And we're gonna do that 2 more times through. So you can either just keep it just like that, or if you wanna give a little bit of very light overpressure, when you look down, chin towards the chest, you'll go fingertips right on the crown of the head. And it's like you're trying to like put like a dime's weight pressure, super gentle. And then as you peer up, we're gonna cross the hands over your collarbones, downward tissue pull. So like you're trying to pull your skin down towards your belly button, and then look straight up. Very good. We're gonna do that once more, 2 positions each. So chin towards the chest, lengthen, either stay there or the fingertips on the head. Say hello to the back of the neck. And then lift up, cross the hands over the chest, downward tissue pull, looking straight up. Very good. All right, everybody. So we're gonna do some more stretches after this next circuit, but first we're gonna work on that core strength with a side plank. We wanna do these elevated, again, unless you know it from the floor. And if you don't quite feel ready for the side plank, just do a front plank. So for the side plank, you'll start in a front plank, walk your feet back, and then you just kind of pivot your body around. Lift up out of one shoulder, and you're gonna lift here, pushing against the chair. You can even do it right against the wall where you can walk away and then lean into the wall. So you're building that strength, the side of the body and through that shoulder, okay? When you're supported on your hand, wide hand, so don't have it in here, disperse the weight through the wrist. So I'm gonna give you every 10 seconds. I'm gonna hold for a full 20. You can come down at 10 or 15, and then we're gonna take about 10 seconds after the 20 to switch. We're simply gonna go back and forth from side to side 4 times. I'm gonna be going from this chair to that chair. Ideally use the same one so you have the same height each time. I just don't wanna have my back to you all. All right, any questions on that before we get started? And like I said, if you don't quite feel ready, just join us when you do. We're gonna start on the left arm in 10 seconds. So we'll go 2 hands first, walk the feet back, and then turn yourself around, 2, 1, here we go. Lift up out of that bottom arm. If it feels too much on one side, just put that other arm down. Looking straight ahead, and watch those hips here. 10 seconds in. So hips up as well, lifting up out of that shoulder. Breathe, 2, 1, and relax. Good job. Bring the arm down, walk the feet in, and then basically you're just gonna make your way to that other side. Place the hands, turn the feet, 2, 1, and here we go. Pushing up on that opposite arm. Again, we don't wanna sink down, so push away, lift out of that bottom arm. There's 10 seconds. Breathe and hold. You kind of feel this in your side of your body oftentimes, side of the hip. 2, 1, and that's round 1. Walking it in, walking it over. Good job. If you want to go every other round, you always can do that as well. Otherwise, same thing, other side. 2, 1, here we go. Find a spot straight ahead to stare at. There's 10 seconds. Breathe. Keep pushing away from the ground, lifting those hips, lifting out of the shoulder, and that's 20. Walk it in, shake it out, walk it around. Place the hand, 2, 1, and here we go. Second half is set 2. Like I said, we're going to be doing 4 times total. Lifting and breathing. Good job. 13 seconds. I forgot the 10. 2, 1, and there's 20. Fantastic. And more than anything, don't go to where you're going to collapse. So come down before then. Round 3 starting in right now. Up and hold. Focus breathing. 10 seconds in. Pushing away, lifting up. 3, 2, 1. That's the first half of round 3. Second half of round 3 coming up next. Walking the feet into position. Good support through that shoulder. Here we go. Breathe. That's 10 seconds. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Good job. One more round if you have it. Place the hands, walk the feet. 2, 1, and here it is. Up and hold. Last time on this arm. 10 seconds in. Push and lift. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good job. Last time on the second arm. Place the hands, walk the feet, and here we go. Upwards of 20 seconds. Building that shoulder strength, building that midline strength. There's 10 seconds. Lift up, 15 seconds. 2, 1, and relax. Walk it in. All right, shake it out. Up on your feet, walk those feet a little bit wider than your hips. Sit back into those heels, just a little bit of the knees. And now we're just gonna gradually rotate our torso side to side here. Not forcing anything, just get a little bit of rotation. Follow it with your gaze as well. So turn your head, trying to look over that shoulder. Very good. Either take a seat in the chair or from standing. Walk your feet in. Toes are pointing straight ahead. Lengthen through your spine. Place your hands on your thighs. Chin towards the chest with a little give in those knees. We're going to slide the hands down the legs. You can also do this from that seated position. Stay strong in that midline. Just getting a stretch on the back of the body. And then anytime you need to, come back up or breathe here for a couple reps in the bottom. Reps meaning your breaths. And then when you're ready, tuck the hips under, slide the hands back up, come on up to the top. And rotate once again in your chair or standing, side to side. Very good. You can stay standing, or again, this one can also be done seated. If you are standing, let's go into a little bit of a stagger stance. So you're going to step one foot back, feet are still hip width apart, so we're no longer on that tightrope. So I have my feet nice and solid, both heels are down. Put one hand on the hip. Other hand, we're going to reach across the body. Just start about shoulder height. So bring the hand in front of the shoulder, twist away, and then rotate and reach across. Breathe in as you pull that hand back towards your chest, and then exhale as you reach out. Bringing it back. Now we're going to try to reach a little bit higher. So try to reach like over your forehead, reaching across and back. 2 to 3 times there, reaching across and back. Good job. Once more, nice long reach, stretching out that side body. Good job. You can either stay there, or if you feel good to go right overhead, now we're going to do a side stretch where you reach up to overhead, follow it with your gaze. Down and stretch and reach, peer up towards the ceiling. Down and once more, stretch and reach. Down and relax. Very good. If you're standing with me, go ahead and switch legs. Place the opposite foot forward, opposite foot back, hand on that front leg hip, hand to the opposite shoulder, and we're going to go 3 times first across the body and back. Exhale as you reach. Inhale as you return. One more there, straight across, about shoulder height, and back. Now we're moving up to about the level of the eyebrows and forehead. Back and reach. Back and reach. Fantastic. Either staying there or taking it up towards overhead. Peering with the gaze. So follow your head. Head follows the hand. Peering up towards the ceiling. Stretching across. Good job. About one more. Down, reach, and stretch. Very good. Shake that out. Great time to grab a little drink of water. All right, everybody, we have 1 circuit left. If you have time for it, you can either squat to a chair or you can squat without the chair. But let's go ahead and warm up that squat. So if you do have something that you can hang on to, countertop, table, chair, we're going to place those feet about hip width apart. This is what we call our squat sit. So you're going to hold on here, sit the hips back, keep your chest as tall as you can. Heel stay planted, and you're going to push your knees out. So using that chair or that countertop as much as you need, and then push through your feet as you pull yourself back up. Let's get between 2 and 3 of these. Knees push out, hips sink back. This is really good to kind of keep all that mobility. Sometimes we don't have the ability without holding on to get all the way down there. But if you have grandchildren or you get to spend time with little kids, they have that mobility. They can just hang out in the bottom of the squat. And ideally, we want to keep that mobility over our lifetime, keep our independence, keep our functionality, so we can get on and off the ground, in and out of the chair, all that good stuff. All right. So if you know how to squat without a chair, you're welcome to do that. I'm going to be demonstrating from the chair today. All right. And we're going to be doing our sit down, stand up, or the squat. So you're going to control back. Try not to plop. You'll just sit and you'll push through your feet and stand. You can reach up to overhead as you stand tall. Controlling back, stand, and reach. So I'm just showing you right now. So go ahead and take a moment. We're going to be doing that for upwards of 40 seconds. Then we're going to change positions, and then we're going to move into a little bit of weight if you feel ready for it. And we're going to be doing, instead of a squat, a deadlift pattern. So with one arm or two, just slowly hinging over, sending the hips back, and then you'll switch hands, grab onto your weight, squeeze those glutes, and stand. If it's tough for you to touch your toes, you may not want to go all the way down with the weight. Kind of see how it feels on your back. Do you feel like you're straining a little bit? Then you can just kind of come forward about knee height, switch hands there, and stand. Again, we just want to keep a nice position of the back. So we'll go 40 seconds on that movement, and we're going to have 20 seconds in between sides, in between exercises. I'm going to take you through a full 10 minutes. That's 5 rounds. You know, build yourself into it. If you don't want to go quite that long, then that's totally fine. Otherwise, we're going to start here in about 10 seconds with either the squat or the sit down, stand up. All right, whichever version you're doing, feet are about shoulder width apart. 2, 1, and here we go. You can reach those arms out as a counterbalance and stand. Control down and stand. Like I said, if you want to reach up to overhead as you stand, you can do that as well. Breathe. That's 20 seconds in. If this is one of your first times joining us, don't feel like you have to go the full intervals. It's also a great tactic to work for one round and then rest for a round. We're over 30 seconds in now. Controlling down, lightly sit and rest. Very good. That's set one of the squat pattern. Now we'll come into more of that deadlift pattern. So you're going to set the feet about hip width apart, lengthen through your spine. So stand tall, slight bend in those knees, send those hips back. If you have a weight to grab, go ahead and pick it up. And here we go. Squeeze the glutes, hinging over. Breathe and move here. And it's totally okay if you don't have weights to pick up. You can just pretend, or you can pick up nice and light. I could even be like picking up my water bottle here, hinging over, got it on the ground, grab it and pick it up. In some classes, people use gallon jugs that have some water in them. So 30 seconds in. But even without weight, just doing this movement pattern is going to be beneficial for your body. Up and down, 2, 1, and rest. Very good. It's a fairly short rest, just 20 seconds each time. We're going back to our squat next. So you're welcome to stay with the chair. I'm going to practice a little bit without the chair, kind of showing how you could vary it up or even hold on as needed. So 2, 1, and here we go. Controlling down. You have to reach those arms out as that counterbalance. Stand tall. Like I said, if you want to reach up to overhead, you can. Controlling. My heels are planted the whole time, so I don't let my weight come forward. Driving those knees nice and wide. 20 seconds down. Squeezing those glutes as I stand. Reaching, reaching, reaching. And that's 30 seconds. Control. Push those knees wide. Very good. And 2, 1, and transition. There you go. Very nice. Coming back to that deadlift. Walk the feet out a little bit wider. We got 10 seconds still here, so just take a moment. Nice deep breaths. And now we're going to do the opposite of the squat. So now we're going to send the hips back. I still have a little bend in my knee. And grab your weight whenever you're ready. Squeeze the glutes, hinging over, and switching sides. One hand to the next. Hinging over and standing tall. I'm moving nice and controlled here. If you're fairly experienced and you want to move faster, you're always welcome to increase the intensity. We're almost 30 seconds into this second interval. That's 30 right now. So if you want a little extra rest, then just give yourself some more rest. And 2, 1, that's the end of set 2. Very nice. We also want to be paying attention. I don't want you all to be like super sore. So if this is your first time doing these squat sits with us, maybe take this round off and then join us for rounds coming up next. Otherwise, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. I'm going to go back to the chair. So sitting back and stand. You can even hold some weights here. So I can always hold a weight up against my chest. If you're able to control that range, then you can start to add some weight. And even with the weight, I could reach up to overhead if I'd like to add another piece to it. Sitting back, stand, and push. We call that our thruster. Push through those heels the whole way through. Very good, everybody. That's 30 seconds. This is set 3 of 5. Controlling down, push and stand, 2, 1, and cycle. Awesome work. Watch your toes. Watch my toes. Fantastic. All right, anyone that's ready? We're going back to those deadlifts in 5 seconds. So place the feet long in your spine, hinging over, and here we go. Squeeze the glutes and stand. Over and up. Just moving with control. Bowing forward. That's 20 seconds. And watch your head position as well. So as I bow forward, that's 30 seconds, everybody. Chin in, looking down towards the floor. As my chest rises, then I want my gaze to be straight ahead as well. Beautiful. There's 3 rounds down. Awesome job. So if you're going every other round, that would mean that your 4th round is your rest, and you can join us again for round 5. Otherwise, we're getting ready for round 4. With or without weights, with or without the chair. 2, 1, here we go. So sinking back, stand. I'm gonna give a little overhead press this time, but don't feel like you have to. You can just stay here for these squats. And on the squats, this is one that your gaze is pretty stationary throughout. So you wanna find a spot to focus on. That's 20 seconds, looking straight ahead. Fight to keep that chest tall, keeping those heels planted. That's 30 seconds in. Good job. And 2, 1, relax. Very good. Second half of set 4, going back to those deadlifts. Ten seconds. Place your weight right between the feet. Walk those feet wide, hinging at the hips. And whenever you're ready, squeeze the glutes over and up. Moving with confidence, moving with control. Hinge and stand. Keeping those really basic movement patterns. Just because they're basic doesn't mean it's easy. So be kind with yourself for just over 20 seconds. If you are using weights, when you place them down, you want to bring them like right between the ankles. You want to keep it close to your center of gravity. That's 35 seconds. And 2, 1, transition. Good job, everybody. One more round to go. If you're up for it, 40 seconds left of each movement. If you're like, man, my legs have had enough, just kind of keep yourself moving here and kind of sidestep. You can do a little bit of marching, a little bit of stretching. We're going to do a cool down stretch together here in 2 minutes. Otherwise, back to our squats. 2, 1, here we go. If you're doing the sit stand, remember, slowly sit. And you can still do that overhead reach here. Straight up, down, control back, up and push. Control back and up. There's oftentimes that tendency that the toes will lift up as you sink back into the heels. See if you can still push those toes down. Like you're trying to grip the toes. We're 30 seconds in. When you kind of grip those toes, it just keeps that arch of your foot engaged and active. 2, 1, and rest there. Good job, everybody. Final rotation. Well done. 10 seconds left. Place the feet nice and wide. 10 seconds in the rest. Find that weight. Long spine hinging over. And whenever you're ready, fire those glutes. Controlling down right between the ankles. Squeeze and hinge. Keep that breathing going. I like to breathe in as I hinge, strong in the midline, exhale as I stand. Good job. That's 25 seconds. Hinge and controlled. Breathe through. That's 30 seconds. Over, switch, and up. Good job. Maybe one more. 2, 1, and all done there. Beautiful. Place that weight down well. Give yourself a round of applause. You made that workout for however much you did, whether you did all of it, whether you did a third of it, or all of it. Half. Lost my words, folks. All right, let's go ahead and grab a drink of water, and then we're going to do a couple cool down stretches to finish out the hour. All right, fantastic. You can mimic this on the floor, those of you that can get on and off the ground quite well, or join me here in the chair. We're going to open up our hips, shoulders a little bit, and through the low back. We're going to start with what we call our eagle arms. So you're going to take the arms out to the side, Let's have your right arm on top. Your left arm is going to sweep under. And the best you can, you're going to try to interlace the hands. And now we're going to push one side down as you push the other one up. And you're going to feel it a little bit in the outside of your right shoulder is the most common spot that you're going to feel this. Sit tall and breathe. Again, just gently encouraging some opening in that outer shoulder on that right side. A couple more breaths here. Very good. Go ahead and switch sides. So shake it out. Outstretch those arms. Now this time our left arm is going to come under. Right arm is going to come over. Interlace the hand. Oops, excuse me. Opposite of that. Right under, left over. And now you're going to feel it on the left arm. So the left arm's on top. Right arm's under. Push down, pull up, and breathe. One more breath here. Very good. Go ahead and shake out those arms. All right, next, I'm going to go into a little bit of a seated twist. So take your hand, reach it across the body to the opposite thigh. You're going to sit tall and rotate here. If you want to go deeper into the stretch, the hand that you're reaching, you can lift that leg up and cross it over. And now you can use this opposite leg to go a little bit deeper into that twist. Opposite hand's going to go on that same side shoulder. And now we're going to sit tall and peer over that shoulder. Kind of pull yourself gently into a twist and round you go with that elbow, like you're trying to trace the outside of a little mini pumpkin since it's Thanksgiving week. Trace it around, open through the shoulders. Mini pumpkins. Very good. And relax, same thing other direction. So either with the feet flat, reaching around, or cross that leg over. Sit tall, same side hand, that same side shoulder on the opposite side. And here we go. Bring yourself into that twist. Be gentle with it. Breathe. And relax. Fantastic. All right, next we're going to look to open the hip a little bit more into a figure four. So best you can, see if you can take that foot and work its way up towards that opposite thigh. If it's hard to get this foot here, leave that leg out stretched, sit tall and bow forward. If you feel pretty solid here, start to pull that opposite foot in so it comes a little bit higher. And now we're just looking to open up this outer hip here. So sit tall, lean forward. That might be all you need. You'll be like, whoo, okay, I can feel that hip. And if you need to come out of it a little bit, remember, we don't want you grimacing here. So just gradually encouraging some opening. If you want, you can give a little hand on the thigh, or palm on the knee here. But if it's already fairly intense, then don't worry about that overpressure. Let's go 2 more breaths, and then we're going to switch sides. Very good. Come up out of that. Set it down. Same thing other side. Working that foot up best you can. Pull it in. Sit tall. And just gently leaning forward. Great time just to relax those eyes closed. A few nice deep breaths. Now that our exercise is done, we want to try to shift gears with our nervous system. So we intentionally stressed ourselves with that exercise. Now you want to use your breath to relax. Come out of that stress state. Good job. Switch sides. Pull out of there. I'm sorry, we did both sides. So now we're just going to kind of windshield wiper the leg. So place your feet about hip width apart and just very gently just kind of rock the hips side to side, rock the knees side to side. Just imagine if your legs are like windshield wipers on your car. And those of you in Arizona are like, when do we use windshield wipers?
Clean the dust off.
Yeah, clean the dust off, exactly. Back and forth. All right, beautiful. Last thing, we're going to try to repeat that quad stretch once more and then open through the chest against the wall. So if you can, remember, if you can't grab your foot like we talked about earlier, just do that standing lunge, getting a good stretch on that hip flexor. If you can grab that foot, Balance, lifting up through the hip, and now we'll pull that foot up towards the heel. If you're notice tomorrow or the day after that you're sore in those thighs, this is a great stretch to keep those thighs lengthened and nice and long. So don't hesitate to do this one on your own. And just a reminder for those that are here on the live class, with Thanksgiving on Thursday, we're doing our second class the same time on Wednesday. So same hours, just a different day of the week. Go ahead and relax there. Kind of rock those hips side to side. And then when you're ready, same thing, other leg. Lifting up, grab that foot, pull that heel. Stabilize. Good job. And relax. Last one, folks. If you have a doorway or a wall nearby, we're going to be opening up the chest. So you want to stand relatively close to the wall. I'm just going to take my hand right about shoulder height. From here, you're going to walk the fingertips up the door frame or the wall. If you're at a door frame, walk your body forward. If you're at the wall, walk your hand back. And then we're going to step that inside leg forward and then turn away from the door, away from the wall. We're looking to open up the chest. Breathe here. Good job. One more breath. And walk it back in. So walk it back up to the top. Walk those fingertips back down towards your shoulder. And then we're going to simply turn the other way. Same thing, other side. Last one, everybody. Hand at the shoulder. Walk it straight up. And then walk it straight back. Inside leg steps forward. Turn and get a nice opening. I like to put this opposite hand here on my abdomen, right about the bottom of the rib cage, just kind of make sure that I'm not overarching. So I use that as my cue to keep those ribs down. Couple more breaths here. 2, 1, and walk that foot in, walk the hands back, and all the way down. All right, everybody, that's all we have for today. Thanks so much for spending some time, and hope to see many of you live on Wednesday. If not, be well, have a great holiday.